So one of the things that I would think when in the creation of a policy like this, that you have some unique challenges because you are a multi-state platform. So you've got kind of not only do you have different state regulations, you also have different cultures. You have different, I mean, an organization that is even a large organization within one state is kind of working under the same set of rules. There's generally the same culture. Um, did that come into play relative to the development of this policy and procedure?
It does, in that as we write it, we need to be mindful that different rules do exist. So when we were writing it, we looked at things like, are there national regulations that we should pay attention to? For example, the Office of Civil Rights does have regulations that apply to us that we need to follow. At the state level, there are quite a few proposed bills, that if they were to pass, then we would need to follow those as well. And so we took a look at what was happening from a policy standpoint to see what's already in effect versus what things could potentially go into effect. And we continue to track those just to have a sense of, what are we accountable for from an external perspective. And you do see differences state by state. There are some states, across the U.S. That do require organizations to have access to, I would say, like different sets of information or data from vendors. So, and that doesn't apply in our footprint right now. It could at some point in the future. But we have peer organizations who are required to obtain certain types of reports or data from the platforms that they're working with. So we know that sometimes those requirements are out there. So for us, from a regulatory perspective, I would say that in our footprint specifically, that they're pretty similar from state to state today. I don't know if it'll remain that way. Culturally, I think that, for the kinds of AI that we're using, I would say we've had pretty similar responses from our staff who are working in those different areas.